Welcome to Star Talk. I'm Ken Eccles, and we're happy to have you with us on the program tonight. In fact, we are so pleased to have you with us on the program that we have provided two ways for you to participate if you want to. We have a phone number up there that you can call, and it's over there somewhere. Also, an email address, which is keneccleslive@gmail.com, by phone or by email. We'd love to hear from you either way on this edition of our show. So give us a call. Um, let's do the stew. If I don't do the stew, people get upset. So I'm going to do the stew in just a second. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Ken, they got an old one on the TV, I think.
An old one on the TV?
Have you changed your background?
Well, what do you see?
The blue and red background.
Because I don't know. I never see the background. I don't see the background, so I don't know.
If you ain't got the iceberg anymore, it's a different one on TV or something.
Okay. Well, again, I never know what the background is because I can't see. You're not hearing you and I talking right now?
See. Right.
See what you hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You on? Yeah.
Okay,
you
we're
on?
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna remind people that the Boy Scout stew has moved to February 21st.
You read my mind. I was just about to do that. Boy Scout, Maridan Boy Scouts, February 21st. Call 336-949-4248.
And get to call Charles today. I guess it was occupied or whatever. I get to call in or whatever.
You couldn't get through?
Well, I waited till about near the end of the show, and I thought he was still on, and I called, and he never did answer the phone.
Oh.
So I guess, and then he went off, whatever.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. You can get him tomorrow, I'll bet.
Yeah. Me and my mom, we eat at Tiano's in Madison night.
How was that?
It was pretty good. We got a pizza and a sub.
Oh, I wouldn't mind having a pizza and a sub myself right now. Sounds good.
Yeah, and then last night she was working at Checkers when I called her. She was at work last night. They closed at 8:00 last night. They closed early.
Because of the weather?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
But she's off tonight there.
Well, I'm glad she's getting some time off.
Yeah. And just to remind Charles from Danville, Matt Singer tomorrow night, 8:00 on Fox.
On your Fox affiliate. Good deal. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Charles. Thanks, Ken.
He called me Charles, but I'm not going to make a big thing out of that. I know it was an accident. Once again, the Maridan Boy Scout stew has been postponed to February 21st is the time. And if you want to call up, 336-949-4248 is the number. As far as we know, to the best of our knowledge, the Sandy Ridge Community Building stew is still set for this Saturday, February 7th. 336-871-3821 is the Sandy Ridge number. And the Pine Hall Ruraltons have pushed their stew back to March 14th because of the weather. I've been given to understand it may be all sold out. I don't know that for a fact. If you want to check on it, Pine Hall Ruraltons, 336-409-8501. And that's our stew report. Most of it anyway. We should also report that apparently Mr. Draper is having a stew festival over in Draper. I've heard from Mr. Draper that he has been consuming Star brand Brunswick stew at an enormous rate over the last couple of days. Let me see if I can find the details on that. Let's see, what did Mr. Draper say? Mr. Draper said, I hope I don't get sick of Brunswick stew. And we'll continue that in just a second. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Mr. Ken.
Hello.
Yes, I just got off the phone with my honey.
With your honey. Have a good talk?
Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second.
We'll wait. We'll wait. No problem.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Sure, we'll wait.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, you
I
sound like
had
you're on
to-
a better phone now.
Oh yes, I had to do a little tweaking.
All right. So you were
You know,
on, you,
messing with-
were you on the Moon phone? Is that the one you were using before?
No, I was on the normal phone and I picked up the Good Moon phone. I'm up here checking it out.
Oh, now we're on the Moon phone. Okay, well, it sounds good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's working fine. I have no trouble out of this phone because it's normal.
And it's on the moon. So what could possibly go wrong? I trust you had
Nothing.
a good conversation with the Philippines.
Oh yes, me and her were talking. She wants me to bring my godson with me.
You mentioned that last night.
Oh.
Now, if he
Oh.
goes with you, is he going to stay for the duration, or would he come home early?
He might have to come home because his mother would come and look for me if I don't send him back home.
But would she find you in the Philippines, though?
No.
All right. Well, then there you go.
Well, see, I will send him back home as a deterrent
A deterrent to what?
to not come look for me.
Oh, a deterrent to the wrath of his mother. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't want to hear what I've done. Yes,
Oh,
I'm
I
up here
know.
hiding. I'm up here on the moon hiding some things. I gotta cover up some things up here.
No, you never want to hear what you've done. I hate it when people call up here and start telling me what I've done. That's just not a good thing to hear.
Oh no, what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, I understand
I'm on
in your case what you've done, in my case what I've done. Neither of us really wants to hear it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm on the dark side of it, just hiding. I'm hiding my little small getaway bunker.
On the dark side of the moon.
Oh yeah, it's a nice little spot. But the thing is, you turn a light on, everybody knows you're there.
How do you power a light on the moon? You're just curious.
Well, I normally bought a big generator.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, obviously you have a sturdy, high-capacity moon transit vehicle, so that's good. You might want to share that with the government at some point. I think they're talking about going to the moon again.
No, I'm not sharing anything with the government.
Oh, well, okay. It's up to you.
Yeah, because I gotta call my uncle Sam next week.
Yeah, I got to call Uncle Sam myself about some. That's not going to be a good conversation, I'm afraid.
Oh well, mine is always a good conversation with him.
Okay, well, that's different from mine. Same
Well,
Uncle Sam, different conversation.
Well, I sent him a birthday card.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Huh?
Send Uncle Sam a birthday card. I'm sure he appreciates it.
Yeah, I send him one every birthday to
Yeah,
let
I
him know
send
how
him
much I
one time.
appreciate it.
I send him one every April 15th, along with a cash award that I'm sure he needs.
Well, I gotta go file taxes sometime, maybe Wednesday or Thursday.
Well, if you went to the Philippines and just stop filing taxes, they'd have a hard time getting you back to prosecute you.
Well, I'm not a cheapskate when it comes to filing taxes. I want my big money back.
Oh, well, if you got a refund coming, then that's different.
Oh yeah, I always get a nice big fat refund.
Hmm. I heard that you talked to Charles today. That today you acquainted Charles with your plans to move.
Yeah, yeah. I gave him a little teaser.
Okay, because he didn't know.
he doesn't know when I'm leaving. I hadn't
Okay.
told him.
All right.
I'm not going to tell him. I'm just going to call him up one day from the Philippines and say I'm sitting on a beach in a nice chair in the sun with a bottle of red wine.
Well, that's the
With
best
my
way to
woman.
do it. You probably don't want Charles to know when you're leaving because who knows what he would do to complicate things.
Oh, he'll probably show up and want to videotape the whole thing.
Yeah. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised. You don't want to tell him where you're going because you tell him where you're going, you're gonna look out the window one day and Charles is going to be out there in the yard with his phone trying to get you live on Facebook.
Very doubt it. I'll make sure I have an attack dog.
Okay, it's good thing to have. And thank you for calling.
Bye, sir.
Good night. All right. Now, what was it Mr. Draper was saying? Mr. Draper said, I hope I don't get sick of Brunswick stew. I've eaten 6 pounds or 3 Star Brand containers, and tonight it's Brunswick stew again. I love it. At $6.37 for a 2-pound tub. I made a big pot of beef soup, tasted like my mom's back in the good old days. I learned to cook most everything my mom cooked by watching her, talking and waiting on them biscuits or cornbread so I could butter mine still hot. Oh, how many buttered biscuits have we eaten in the kitchen? A lot. So anyway, Mr. Draper is deep into stew right now. That's a pretty good place to be. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Ken. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Just getting a little rest around here get ready for the season here in the next couple of months.
Won't be long.
Won't be long before it's asphalt time.
I don't guess you're going to Winston-Salem tomorrow night.
No, that's what I was getting ready to ask you. Wonder what are they going to run it tomorrow night? Any snow showers?
They're going to run it. They say they're going to run it, and then if it's snow showers, I guess they'll run it in the snow showers. I guess.
When are we going to start taking the picks for the Daytona 500?
We're going to start Monday. We start next Monday. We'll start taking picks for the 500.
All right, that's what I was just calling about. See when NASCAR was going to try to run that show in Winston-Salem, and when you're going to start the pool.
Well, Monday the 9th, it becomes official. And as far as NASCAR...
All right,
yeah.
I'll give you a call.
Well, thanks, Leon. Appreciate it. As far as NASCAR and Winston-Salem, they say they will run. They will run tomorrow night in Winston-Salem. Now, how much snow is there going to be? Probably not much. The last forecast I saw said, well, it said snow showers. It also said rain showers. So it could snow some and it could rain some. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hello, how's it going?
Okay. How's it going with you?
It's going good.
Good.
I normally call in on Charles's show. I decided to give your show a call.
All right. Good.
They label me as conspiracy man,
I heard that. Yeah.
but in reality, I do tons of research, and I'm pretty good with my computer, and I'm capable of researching documents and archives and research, connecting the dots and thinking for myself and trying to understand what's going on in the world of politics.
Okay.
And I know a hot topic these days is the Epstein files.
Right.
And I've seen emails, I've seen photos, I've seen videos of things that these people did on that island,
Mm-hmm.
which is real. Things they do to children is real.
They do. Yes.
That's right. And for some reason, I'm not sure if you are aware of another character that goes by the name Sarcastic Man.
I'm aware of him.
Well, for the past 3 or 4 years, he's been calling me a QAnon cult member.
Okay.
I'm just wanting to educate people on how brainwashing works.
Mm-hmm.
That is a prime example. He doesn't even know me, but yet he thinks he knows so much about me from other people telling him what to think about me.
Yeah.
They do the same thing to Donald Trump.
Well, people do that. A lot of people do that to a lot of people. I wish they wouldn't, but they do.
They do. And I guess when I entered the world of politics, that's when I realized that these people just completely hate Donald Trump. And I never really understood why.
Well, what have you figured out?
That he is exposing the Hollywood elite, satanic pedophilia, child trafficking ring,
Mm-hmm.
and he's using the military to do it.
Okay.
That also, I would like to answer a gentleman's question that he asked this afternoon, about Donald Trump, if he's bad, if he's one of them, or if he's controlled and owned by Israel. Well, the answer to that is, if that was the case, the 2020 election would have been rigged, stolen, and also he wouldn't have been shot at.
Okay.
They're the ones that do the assassinations, like JFK, Martin Luther King.
I'm sorry. Israel is the ones who do the assassination.
Israel, yes, they're involved in all this stuff.
Right. Okay. So they killed JFK.
Well, he was learning too much. He was finding out who owns the Federal Reserve, the mafia, the cartels. People that are within their own government, and
Right.
they had to silence him.
So Israel had to do that.
They're behind a lot of stuff.
Okay.
What better way than to hide behind Jesus Christ and say, we're God's people, we're God's children, but in reality, that's where Satan lives.
I don't know that the Israelis are hiding behind Jesus Christ.
I'm talking about governments, not the people, not the hardworking, this average Joe that just wants to survive and live and, take care of their families. I'm talking about the government.
Okay. So it was the Israelis who tried to assassinate Donald Trump?
It's all connected to money, BlackRock, and they just find desperate people to take them out.
Well, now, that seems, I have to say, it seems like a little bit of a curiosity to me, because Donald Trump has always spoken up for and supported Israel. So why would they want to assassinate him?
Okay, now could you imagine the left, Democrats, what they would say if he didn't support Israel?
What would they say? What would they say?
Just like the vaccines. Oh, inject yourself with bleach. See, Trump is a genius. I've said this numerous of times. Trump is a genius, and he is going to Trump.
All
He's
right,
going to Trump them all.
But why, though? Why would the Israelis want to assassinate him after he has supported them so strongly?
It is smoke and mirrors. It is a optics for military purposes.
Okay, what is the purpose? What would be the purpose that they would assassinate him?
To stop him from draining the swamp.
To stop him from draining. Why do they care?
Because they are the swamp.
The Israelis are the swamp.
They're at the very top.
Okay. All right. Well, I have to say, and I'm sorry, don't take it personally. I have to say that makes no sense whatsoever. That the Israelis would want to assassinate Donald Trump because Donald Trump has supported them in everything that they have done. That makes no sense.
I guess you don't understand fifth generation warfare.
I guess I don't. I'll
Keep
have
your-
to
keep
have
your-
to
keep your-
acknowledge
keep
that
your-
as one of my shortcomings.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Okay.
Why interrupt the enemy when they're in the process of destroying themselves?
All right.
It's
You know,
exposure.
we're going a lot of different directions here. And again,
People know. Yeah, people know. They can research. They can understand. They can figure out the powers and the money and the influencers and Hollywood and entertainment, and they know who's at the top.
and that would be the Israelis.
Well, yes, and with the Vatican and
The Vatican also. Okay.
yeah, because they are the Washington Monument.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, there's 3 of those in the world.
3 Washington monuments.
3 monuments that looks like 3 monuments. There's one in the Vatican. That's for religion, control religion. There's one in London. That's in London. That's control the finances, the gold, the silver. And then there's the one in D.C. for military, control the newspapers, control the military forces, military coups,
Well,
the media.
conspiracy guy, you've certainly given us a lot to think about, and I do appreciate.
Okay, that's what I want.
Your call, and we'll all
Yeah.
we'll all closely consider what you have told us.
Okay.
And thank you.
Just open
Thank
your
you.
mind. You're very
Thank
welcome.
you very much. Thank you very much. Interesting. Phone line is open now. There's the number up there that you can call. The email address is keneckleslive@gmail.com. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good evening to you, Ken.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, sir. How are you this evening?
I'm doing okay, I guess.
You can, well, hopefully your prognosis for yourself improves.
I hope.
Stir some controversy, but I'm going to change the subject.
All right. What is it?
Well, I acknowledge that I was born in Carolina, raised in Virginia, and I'm a bit of a come here. I've been here for 20 plus years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard the constant conversation about Brunswick stew for long before I moved here. My wife loved the stuff long before we moved here permanently. We always took some home with us.
Right.
And I've always been fascinated.
Mm-hmm.
I've searched through my cookbooks. I do have one cookbook that it has a recipe for Brunswick stew.
Okay.
And in fact, I have made and consumed Brunswick stew in the past. But I'm sure it is nothing like what is referred to as Brunswick stew around here.
Hmm.
And I'm curious, what's in your Brunswick stew?
What's in it? You're asking
Yeah.
me what's in it?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
here are the things I expect in a Brunswick stew. And not everybody would give you the same answer. I'm sure you realize that.
Sure.
I would expect some meat in there. It could be
Right.
beef. Normally it
Okay.
would be beef. For some people, it's chicken. Not everybody does it the same way. I certainly would expect some potatoes. I want some potatoes in there. I certainly want tomatoes in my Brunswick stew. Sometimes, some people put some different kinds of peppers in there as well. And then sometimes there are different sorts of beans and peas are in there. Not in every case, but often. And I guess those are the basic things. There's some corn too. You want some corn in there.
Yeah. Everybody's kind of typical stew recipe, correct?
Right. So
And it's funny.
doesn't that sound good?
It is. I cast no dispersions upon that. None whatsoever.
Okay.
I like stew. I've made stew a lot. I searched through my cookbook. I've got everything from my grandmother's Fanny Farmers to my wife's now and my own I collected over the years.
Right.
And for the sake of argument a few minutes ago, I went wandering through my cookbooks again because I thought, I've only seen a Brunswick stew recipe once.
Well,
in
what's
all
in
of my
that? What's in that?
Actually, the first two ingredients: 2 pounds of venison and 2 rabbits.
All right, that's fine. I can see that. I don't normally consume a lot of rabbit or venison, but that's nothing wrong with it.
It also contains 2 3-pound chickens and 2 squirrels.
Oh, squirrels. Deferred, I hope.
Well, yeah, oh, absolutely. You've done the same with the rabbits too, I hope.
Yeah. Of course, you cut off the tails.
But I'm sitting here going, now I know these folks are eating stew, but it's not Brunswick stew.
Well, now, what's the origin of that recipe? Where did that come from?
That came from a game cook by Charles E. Stewart.
Mm-hmm. Sounds.
Publication, Free Publishers, and this was published in 1982.
Okay. Well, it's one of those things. Remember the Supreme Court ruling on pornography? Was the justice said, I don't know what it, I can't tell you what it is, but I know it when I see it. So
Right.
I can't tell you what Brunswick stew is, but I know it when I see it.
And I'm not casting any dispersions upon anybody's recipe for stew. No, I'm not saying that whatsoever.
We
I'm
understand.
simply saying that Brunswick stew contains wild game. Did anybody stop to realize that Anyway, I just thought it would stir some controversy, shall we say?
All right, well, it will. So based on your recipe, if we want to have real Brunswick stew, we got to get out there in the woods and shoot some squirrels.
You got to know a hunter that hunts for both big game and small game.
All right. So then, like what we eat, say the Star brand Brunswick stew from Food Lion, which is pretty good, and then especially good the stew that can be had from the Mayodan Boy Scouts and the Sandy Ridge Community Building and the Pine Hall Ruritans. It's not going to have all that stuff in it, but it'll be good.
Well played. Have a good evening, sir.
Well, thanks for calling. Some interesting comments there. Squirrel, rabbit, chicken, venison, and something. What else? What did I miss? All in the Brunswick stew recipe that he has. Maybe not in your recipe, or maybe it is. Maybe we'll learn something here. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
How you doing tonight, Kent?
Good. How are you?
Pretty
Now,
good,
you
man.
make
Pretty
stew.
good. I
You
love
make
the
Brunswick stew. What do you put in it?
Well, cook the beef and the chicken the day before.
Right.
I mean, cook it up good. Then the next day you mix it up with your tomatoes, potatoes, onions, butter beans.
Mm-hmm.
Shoe peg corn is the type corn I use. It's a little different from the other corn.
Okay.
Sugar, salt and pepper. Let's see. A little ketchup, a lot of tomatoes,
Mm-hmm.
and keep adding water to it as you cook it. It takes about 4.5 hours to cook it. That's just for the second day. The first day takes about 3.5 hours to cook the meat, cook it up right.
Well, now, conspicuous by their absence from your list, rabbit and squirrel.
No, sir.
No.
I like rabbit and squirrel, but not in a stew. No.
Don't think it belongs in stew. This
No.
is kind of a subjective thing. It depends on who you ask.
Well, I've heard people tell me before in the past that it's not Brunswick stew if you don't use hamburger. Well,
Really.
I don't like hamburger in stew, but that's what they say that their recipes call for, but I don't use that. I use butter beans and, stuff like that too.
I know when I was growing up, we didn't. I don't think we ever put hamburger in.
No, me neither, Ken. I've eaten it before, but I didn't like it. One bowl was enough for me, but it takes a good 8 hours to make one if you do, the whole thing, do it right, I think. But hadn't made one the last year or so, but hope to before it warms up.
I remember I grew up across the street from the Salvation Army. And the Salvation Army Men's Club used to make a stew. Well, once a year, maybe twice a year, and they'd stay up all night with it, get in a pot and stay up all night long making it. And I remember when I was a kid, I always wanted to help stir the stew. I thought it'd be a big deal to help stir the stew. And so one night, they let me. I was probably 10 years old, and then they let me stir the stew. And in about 3 minutes, I'd had enough of stirring the stew. And I said, this is not much fun as I thought it was. Somebody else take over, and I'll just eat it when it's done. But it's an all-night thing.
Yeah. Well, if you cook it right, Ken, you always hear people say, "Don't let it stick. Don't let it stick." Well, if you cook it too fast, it will stick. But my friend and I, he's an older guy too. He's probably mid-80s and gets around good and everything. But we use his recipe. It was his grandmother's recipe, and I'm telling you, I think it's pretty decent stew. Back in the day, I used to eat a lot of Star stew. Store brand bought stuff. I don't care for it compared to what we make. I just don't think it's missing something.
Well, now you have to acknowledge. I think, and I've had 2 quarts, maybe more than that, of the stew that you guys make out there, and it's great. It's terrific stew. You can't duplicate in a store. If you're going to make something and put it in a package, and then it's going to sit in the store and wait for somebody to buy it, you can't really totally duplicate what you get from a stew that you have put in the pot and stood over the pot and looked after and cooked overnight. It's never going to be the same. But Star Brand is okay, though.
It's decent. If that's the only stew you get, I think, you survive on it. I used to love it, Ken. I really did. I lived by it for a lot of years, but especially in the wintertime. But I just think the home-cooked stuff is better.
Well, it always is. I mean, not just stew. Pretty much anything you cook at home will be better than anything you get packaged in a store. I mean, I think we should always expect that.
Yeah, I agree. Change the subject. You had a lady call in last night. She was a little upset with you.
Yeah, a little.
A little, yeah. I bet you I can tell you who that lady is without giving you her name.
Can you?
I think so.
Don't mention any names.
No, not at all. But I bet you her husband used to teach English at Ruffin High School. Was he or was he not? Would that foot the bill or what?
That's not who it is. It could be. I mean, it definitely could be, but it's not.
I didn't think it would be either, Kim, but I bet you when he got home every day from school and he told his wife how his day was at Ruffin High School, the home of the Trojans, I'm sure he had a lot of fond things to say about some of his students. One of them was a lot taller than most of them, if you catch my drift.
I don't know who that would be.
No. And how tall are you, Ken? 6'6", 6'7", what?
6'6" and a half. Well, 6'6" and 3/8. If we really want to nitpick.
You was probably 6'3" in the 3rd grade, right?
I will tell you the truth. I was not 6'3" in the 3rd grade. I was 6'3" in the
4th grade.
8th grade. No, I was 6'3" the summer after the 7th grade, before the 8th grade is when I hit 6'3". And then I was 6'6" in the 9th grade, and then I never grew another inch after the 9th grade.
I bet you had a lot of teachers looking up to you, did they not?
I had that. I had that in the 4th grade.
Oh, I can only imagine, man. But no, I heard her call in last night, and I said, well, that's got to be Blankety Blank's wife, It's just got to be. But I just thought I'd throw that one at you, man.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to say at this point, so I won't say anything.
Right. But Ken, I hadn't forgotten about you on your fence, man. If this shoulder ever straightens up, I'll get on over and get you straightened out. But I'm not putting you off. It just,
Oh, I understand. I understand.
Yeah,
Thanks.
All All right. Have a good night.
Thanks for calling. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Ken.
I'm doing good. What have you got for us tonight?
George.
Uh-huh.
Sam's name up. He brought up Rockland County.
Right. Well, let me mention, you just reminded me I need to mention this. There's going to be a candidates forum coming up. Is it Thursday? There's going to be a candidates forum, and that'll be live on Star News and on our Facebook channel, just so everybody will know. It starts at 6 o'clock.
What's this?
Well, I'm glad you found that useful, and that's not the last coverage we're going to do. You say we're going to have the candidates forum, and I hope to have both Senator Berger and Phil Page on this show, so folks can call in questions. That's my plan, to get that done too.
And
Yeah. Right. Why do you think that is?
which I knew. Wish I knew. Maybe that guy up in Anakin, I might better.
Well, that's probably a good idea, Ralph. We'll try to do that too. I think it'd be a good idea if we could get all the sheriff's candidates on. I don't know if we'd be able to do it or not, but I think people would appreciate it, and it'd be useful for people if we could do that.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. It's all up county. You go.
Well, yeah, I don't know what to say about that, but I would like to get those sheriff's candidates on here so that you and everybody else could ask them questions directly. That's something to think about. Well, thanks. Hey, whoa, Ralph! Don't hang before you hang up. We're starting our NASCAR contest next week. You're gonna be in it this time?
Next.
Yeah, we're gonna start next week. Picking a winner every week, whole season. The only thing you do is just call me up and tell me which driver you want to pick. That's all there is to it. Well, yeah, if you want to tell me now, go ahead. Daytona 500, who's going to win it? Chase Elliott. All right, Ralph, I'm going to put you down for Chase Elliott right there. And now you're in.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Ralph. Good to hear from you. Phone line is open right now. We still have a few minutes left for your phone calls and emails, and we'd love to hear from you either by phone or by email. And speaking of emails, I need to look over here because we've got a couple to read. Let's see. this one says, well, that one says, this one says, Ken, it's pretty interesting about what different people think should go in a Brunswick stew. I have had venison in Brunswick stew several times, and it is delicious. Venison really makes a Brunswick stew that's a little bit different from the ones that have beef and chicken. I don't know that I would say it's better, but I would say it's different and it's good, no doubt about that. So Brunswick stew is one of those interesting things that everybody makes it the way they like it best, and that's good. Let's see, this one says, Ken, sitting here watching your show, and I am just wondering, after all these years, do you still have $100 for Elvis? I have. Folks, many of you may not know what this is about, but for a great long time on Monday Night Live, we did everything we could to get Elvis live on the show. And we actually offered, and this was serious, this was on the level, on Monday Night Live, we offered Elvis $100 in cash, $100 in cash, if he would show up at our studio in Reidsville, and with verification of his identity, of course. Now, you couldn't just walk in off the street, had to have verification of identity. We had $100 that I used to carry in my pocket for Elvis, if he would show up. And then I think at some point we added, it was $100 US, and we added $5 Canadian to that as well, because during the time we didn't know exactly where Elvis was or what his situation was. But chances are he was operating on both sides of the border. We never knew. So we had $100 US and we had $5 Canadian that we offered to Elvis if he would come in, be on our show on Monday Night Live with verification of identity. An emailer, I'm sorry to say that he never did. Elvis never claimed the $100 US or the $5 Canadian. We never got him on the show, but the money is still here. The money is still available, and I mean, what else can we do? We make the offer. We can't do any more than that. We always thought it was a generous offer, one that would have attracted his attention and would have been appealing to him. He never claimed it. It went unclaimed. The $100 US, the $5 Canadian, still available to Elvis. If he will come in to any show on Star News, doesn't have to be this one, any show on Star News, the money is there. And there we are. Emailer says, Ken, are you sure Sam Page will be on your show? Charles says that Sam Page is running from him. Also, has Berger responded to being on your show? No, has not. As far as Sam Page told me that he will be on the show, and I believe that he will. And we'll finish this email in just a second. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Go ahead, please.
I'm on there.
You are on the air. Go ahead.
Well, listen, I want to ask for one question, Ken.
Okay.
The fella got killed in that airplane crash. Was he piloting that airplane?
Okay, who are we talking about now?
The race driver that got killed and his family about 3 weeks ago. Was he piloting that airplane?
He was not. He was not flying the plane.
Okay. Yeah, because whenever he was my favorite. Whenever they crashed that tulip him, I can't get it off my mind. So that's all I want to know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for calling. No, there was a different man, a pilot, who was flying the plane, and they're still trying to figure out all the details of that. Let's see, the emailer went on to say, we would like to see Pirtle and Woodall on as well. What we really need is a debate hosted by Ken Eccles with questions from the viewers by email that you ask the candidates. I would like that a lot. Charles should pay you a nice bag of money to host this. I would like that a lot. Thanks. And I take Myers in the Clash race. Citizen D takes Myers in the Clash race. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please. Hello.
Yeah, Ken.
Yes.
Yeah, look, about, say, 85 to 90% conversation was audible. You couldn't hear him. I mean, like nothing. He come on with start question and response to you, and then he would go blank, maybe about 10 seconds, and all like that. This happened just a few minutes ago.
The
with
same
Ray.
thing that's happened to you.
Yeah.
I wish I could
something
explain it to you. I don't. Yeah, because I
I
don't
want
hear
to
it.
hear what he had to say. Yeah.
I don't hear it, and I don't know what causes it, and I'm completely in the dark about it, and I apologize for it.
Okay, look, I got a question for you here tonight.
Oh, I
You
need
done
an
so
easy
well.
one. What is it?
Okay. Do you know why Gallatin quit his job?
Why the skeleton? Why the skeleton quit his job?
Yeah.
You know, that's not actually all that easy a question as it turns out, because I don't know.
Okay. All right. Because his heart wasn't in it.
His heart wasn't. All right. All right.
All right. But this is one big thing I noticed, Ken. Now, during COVID, the Republicans were totally against wearing garments, even for wearing them in school. I don't know why are they okay for these mass goons from ICE to stop American citizens pulling them over guns and pointing it at them. So stood up for the Second Amendment all before. Now, since the last situation up in Minnesota, it appears to be a lack of outcry. It appears to be okay for people, able to carry the guns, because and stated that if people steal weapons, even though it's lawful, weapons, what? There's most likely and a good chance of getting shot. Enforcement. So in the last 6 years, we had a reversal concerning the mask, and we had a reversal concerning wearing your gun, concealed weapons out in public.
Well, today the House of Representatives passed a bill to fund DHS for 10 days. That's the compromise they came up with. They fund most of the government till September 30th. DHS is funded for 10 days. And in those 10 days, they're going to argue, I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to argue in the House about masks, and about warrants, and about all those other things that people have been talking about so much in the past few days. So there may be some changes coming. There may not be changes coming. I don't know. But in the next 10 days, there's going to be a whole lot of arguing in the House of Representatives about that.
Yeah, and that's the fun
Yes, this would be DHS, but if they funded part of DHS, but they have not funded, they only are funding ICE for 10 days, pending
Okay.
the arguments.
Well, you remember back in December, looking at the government shutdown, the last time they got tricked because they said we need to fund the government and we'll work it out. We'll work out something concerning the ACA insurance, you know.
Well,
And
yeah,
so
I remember
they
that.
said we'll work that out. We just want to open the government, but we'll work that out. Look, almost a year later, I mean, how long has that been? Quite a bit, but they haven't worked it out yet, has
No, they haven't. I mean, we never know what'll get worked out and what won't get worked out. So all I know is it's a 10-day period during which they're going to argue. Now, what are they going to do? I don't. The only thing I know they're going to do is argue, and we'll see what comes out of it.
All right, Ken. Well, you take care and enjoy your show, cause it's like your heart is in it.
Well, yeah, so far. So far. We'll see
All
what
right.
happens. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for calling. And our phone line is open now, and we've got, how much time do we have? Let's look at the old clock. Really just a couple of minutes left for your phone calls and your emails on this edition of Star Talk, and we'd love to hear from you by phone or by email. This one says, Ken, how much is it supposed to snow tomorrow night? Depends on who you ask. It's not supposed to be a whole lot. It's supposed to be just a very little bit. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Ken. How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you? Still eating stew?
I'm still alive. Huh?
Still eating stew?
It's heating on the stove now. I'm eating late.
All right.
Almost got through a whole night, didn't you? Almost.
Well,
It's okay.
yeah, almost.
Yep, almost got through a whole night. But anyway, excuse me. Yeah, when I grew up when I was a kid, Brunswick stew was squirrel, rabbit, chicken, and either venison or beef. And you got to
Okay.
stir it till the beef or the meat and all shreds up.
Yeah.
It's why you got to keep stirring it continuously. I bet you didn't enjoy it after you started that.
No, I didn't. And so a bit. I just wanted to eat it. I didn't want to stir it anymore.
Yeah, I believe you. My dad used to take me, I guess I was 4 or 5 years old, up there to the bridge going down to the circle at Circle Drive-In, going down the bridge. Before you get to it on the left was a dirt road. And you got that dirt road, and the man down there always had Brunswick stew cooking.
Yeah.
And he'd serve you a bowl. You could sit there at a picnic table outside and eat your Brunswick stew and drink soda or whatever. And that was always there for as long as I could remember. I don't know when it closed or when he stopped.
So the
Thank you.
venison and squirrel, that was common for you growing up.
And rabbit and
And
chicken,
rabbit.
yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Mhm.
I'm sure I must have had rabbit and squirrel in it at one, because my dad used to hunt rabbits and
Probably.
squirrels. So I must have had it in there
Probably.
at some point.
Probably so. Hey, when can I get my $100 for Elvis?
When you verify your identity as Elvis,
I just sent you a picture of Elvis in your mirror in that other house when a tree was on yours.
well, hey, wait a minute, hang
Yep.
on.
Elvis is standing there playing his guitar,
Hang
and
on.
he'll stand there in your mirror playing his guitar.
Well, now there's going to be a lot of people who don't know anything about that. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there it is.
I got about 8 or 10 of those pictures of Elvis in that mirror. You finally had to move yourself out the mirror and move the mirror.
Yeah, I finally had to move out
Remember?
of the house. Folks, if you don't know
blame
what we're
you.
talking about, back when I was doing the show from next door, because a tree fell on this house, I used to do it from my neighbor's house next door, and there was a mirror behind me, and Elvis kept showing up in that mirror, and I've got a picture of him right here. There he stands,
And playing his guitar,
playing
right?
his guitar. I don't know. I haven't seen him since we moved back over here, though.
I send you more of them. Looks
Well, I
the same
mean,
like that. Though.
How many pictures you
Didn't you
got
say
of
that one?
Elvis?
There's about 6 or 8 maybe I got.
Now, I guess the question. Now,
You
here's
said
the
that lady
question.
had it checked out. Didn't you say that lady had it checked out for ghosts?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. But now here's the question.
blame her.
Somebody's going to wonder, why didn't this Elvis get the $100? So he never asked for it, because he never talked to me. He would just come in the mirror behind me, but he never asked me for the $100. He probably could have gotten it.
You
if
know,
he had.
you even thought and asked me, was I doing some kind of trick photography, didn't you?
I'll ask you again. Were you doing some kind of trick with
No,
the
I
picture?
promised. I promised. I promised to the Lord in heaven I didn't. I took a picture of what was showing in your mirror right off
Well,
my TV.
Well, no, it couldn't have been you, because you're not the only one. Other people saw it, so it couldn't have been you.
Exactly. I
'Cause
believe
everybody
Mark
saw it.
Mayad. I believe Mark from Mayadon was the first one to mention it.
He may have been.
He was. I got that stupid memory, photogenic and all.
And you know what? You know what? Oh,
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah,
I knew what you was gonna say.
Very quick.
Have a blessed night. Have a blessed night.
Okay. Thanks for calling. And very quickly, I could turn around and look at the mirror. I didn't see him. And that's all the time we have for Star Talk tonight. We're on the air Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I may have a problem tomorrow because I got to go to the dentist, but I hope you'll join us next time. Thanks for watching. I'm Ken Allen. Ken Eccles. I don't know who I am.